Hi. The following are, my weekly mashup of all my shorts for this week. It's only Wednesday, but I think I'm going to take the rest of the week off. Understand, from the beginning of these shorts to the end of these shorts, I didn't change their order or anything like that because there was a lot that went on in the last few days. So understand that my opinions of this are ever changing, back and forth. The truth is, sexual abuse is wrong. We all know that. We are all on the victim side. I don't know why people thought anything else from me. The only thing I ask people to look into is forgiveness. You'd be surprised at how many things in your own life you can fix by forgiving yourself first. That's right, yourself. Yeah, someone hurt you. Yeah, someone harmed you. But it's you that have to forgive first, or else you're going to live with it forever. Yo, I'm watching this on ICML right now, and Queen Bee's covering it, and everybody's going to cover it right now. Apparently there's some allegations that Jared from AWP had some stuff going on in the back of his past, back in the day. Apparently from, what was it? What year? I don't know. Double check on the year, how long ago it was, because why now? Why is it being brought up now? Why is he being indicted now? I think the reason is because they're trying to silence him. They're trying to silence everybody on AWP. I wonder how. Wonder why. Because this is not brand new, and it's not just all of a sudden. Oh, by the way, have a great weekend, everybody. Love ya. Bye.
Okay, that's what the document says. In 1992, the victim was between 9 and 10 years old. The defendant is 7 years older than the victim. Just before November 1st, 1992, the victim lived in...
I have an unpopular opinion. So what? Sue me! Jared from AWP is the victim. What, Casey? Yeah, the victim. Y'all heard of Me Too? Look, I ain't even talking about Me Too movement, nothing like that. What I'm saying, he's a victim of what I did in the past is now me today. See, the Bible says a lie is equal in severity of sin as a murder. So that means sin, bad things, bad moral stuff are equal no matter which one it is. They're equal. The problem with society is we lie every single day, and everybody's just like, yeah, it's this white lie, who cares? We lie. But nobody goes and murders. So everybody's like, oh, those are two separate. Somebody did 30 years ago, and one party is okay with it, and the other party hasn't figured out how to forgive because y'all want to put a scale on things. A rape should be equal to a lie. Seems like Jared has forgiven his abusers. This one hasn't. And now that Jared's got money, he's the victim. I've been in true crime for a couple of months now. One thing that I notice is most of the time people are basically on the same page. We don't like crime. And really nothing has changed. We really just don't like crime. I have noticed one thing, that there's two different worldviews in true crime. One worldview thinks that they don't have a past when they're judging other people's pasts. They treat lying like it's nothing. They act like because our man-made laws have different time stamps on how long you get punished for what crimes you did, that means that they're different? Not my worldview. My worldview says you can be forgiven for the shit that you did in your past. That no matter how much of a terrible person you are, you have a community of people who will forgive you and love you. My worldview treats rape just as bad as lie. My worldview says whatever unfortunate family nonsense you had 30 years ago can be forgiven. I'm only mad at Jared for lying to last year. Whew, I can't leave y'all for 5 minutes. Well, it was more like a day and a half. Because I spent most of my morning responding to comments. Most of them pretty good. Except for my recent videos, the comments are getting mixed emotion. Which is good for my channel, because if you ain't vibing me, then I don't want you here. But in the midst of my my engagement with the coolest people on YouTube, I mean, honestly, my comment section is dope. Someone mentioned something that I forgot to bring up. My unpopular opinion that Jared's the victim. That was an older video. I've changed my mind. I think AWP's the victim. Why do you say that, Casey? Well, because Jared lied to them about why he was stepping down as CEO and why he wasn't on cases. Victim. Another thing is now there's an active campaign on the internet to bash AWP and all of the stuff that they've done great in the past. Victim. Or, I don't know, the victim actually backing up a defund AWP move? AWP's the victim. And I'm going to say one more thing while I'm on it. Everybody's trying to bury Jared for what he did 30 years ago. Nobody's talking about the generational curses that Jared seemingly had. You know, the reason he turned out the way he was. Which, y'all think you're just born that way? Y'all want to sit here and say one thing about one other thing, but never ever think about the thing that's actually going on. AKA, y'all want to talk about the victims, and the victims are making social media rounds, but never want to talk about the actual victims. The ones all over the world that get abused every single day. The ones all over the world that are dealing with this after 30 years, just like this one. The ones all over the world that have generational curses that abuse and hurt and just terrible, terrible crap. Y'all don't want to talk about those ones, do you? Because then we would have to talk about the actual sin behind it. And then when we start talking about the sin behind it, that's when people start remembering their past. And when your past comes up and you haven't forgiven about your past, well, you want to team up on Jared. Good morning, all you fake YouTubers. Channels without any content. Channels who pretend to care but actually don't give two shits. Channels like The Glare who thinks my hair is pretty and doesn't understand when it's wet, it means I shower. Channels that act like advocates for people who have hurt in the past, but aren't really caring two shits about them. What do you mean? You see how my little cuts aren't as fun right now? Because I'm tired of these fake-ass channels ruining people's lives. Parading around victims of something that happened unproven for 30 years all over the internet under the guise of defund AWP. How do we defund AWP but be advocates for innocent victims? Like the whole crew of AWP, the innocent victims. So all you fake ass channels who said defund AWP, who pushed the defund AWP movement, along with the damn victims, are fake victim advocate channels. Me too. Did you like my song? I titled it Me Too. Casey, you are the weirdest person ever. No, I just am freaking genius. Remember that guy who jumped to conclusions right in the beginning and said unpopular opinion, and then everybody freaked out and unsubbed from him? Actually, only like 2 people unsubbed from me. When I said Jared was the victim, well, that was an older video. It's actually AWP. But I don't know now. Remember how the alleged victim cousin was kind of like someone approached me and said victim cousin needed proof after 30 years, even though family kind of knew about it? Family kind of knew about it. Family member that's like the media liaison for said victim. You know, the one that tells everyone to call her hero? That one. The sister. The same one who started a $1 million GoFundMe just to go fishing. You know, a play on the words, gone fishing. The thing Jared and AWP did for families. She started a new movement. You too. Look.
Let's dive into a few things that I have personally going for me.
Personally
that helps
going
me
for
out.
you.
May help you out as well.
Let's see.
That's the voice of Jays for Justice podcast. She's the one who found the video that'll make you... You should subscribe to her. She cool.
What is that? The mix. In addition to that, I've got a couple.
Where'd you go?
Around the house that
Where'd you go? We're seeing Mr. Jared here film himself in his kitchen, shirtless and pantsless. This video is from 5 years ago. I'm starting to question whether the rest of the AWP team knew about his behavior. Why do you ask? Well, Mr. Abs of Steel here continues in this video of all his favorite places to work out.
No, I don't recommend coming to the schoolyard during school hours when there's a bunch of kids around and you're 40 plus. It can look kind of weird.
You know, after this video, I think I'm done with this Jared thing. I think I'm done. It was all one big joke. All one big joke. Why is it one big joke? Well, because the family knew for 30 years, but said nothing. And all it took was an email to make it happen. And because it's happening, the family wants retribution in the name of $1 million. It's all a joke. It's all a joke. And I'm not playing. There's no cut scenes in this one. I didn't do nothing but shoot this straight up. To people who actually were abused, this is a joke. The sister is a joke. Hey yo, tell me this ain't a conspiracy. Somebody call PETA. Somebody call the zoo. I'm telling y'all, this is a conspiracy. They out here trying to kill the deer. Y'all better find like animal control or something. They're out here trying to murder these deer. You think I'm playing with you? It's dark out here. Tell me how the time zone change made rush hour traffic when all the deer thought it was safe. Huh? Out here trying to save some deer. I'm telling y'all, time change is a conspiracy. I just think the moon is looking so pretty, so I scream, moon, why you looking so pretty? Moon, moon. SF, you're a shitty investigator. Everything you said about me is wrong. You got my name wrong, you got the location wrong, you got a whole bunch of shit wrong. You got what I said wrong, you got everything wrong. You know what? I don't think you're an investigator, are you? You're not. You get paid to be this character, don't you? You get paid, don't you? You get paid by them, don't you? Mr. SF Investigates. Yeah, that's who it is. I figured it out, didn't I? God's bigger than you. If you haven't been following my Stevie Boy series on Twitter, you probably should. Living Lake Time at twitter.com. What is the Stevie Boy thread, you ask? No, our good friend SF Instigator. He be instigating stuff about me lately. So while my lawyer does his lawyer things, I thought I might have some fun. Basically, it's a thread about if we should trust SF investigators in his PI work. So I go through all the times of maybe we shouldn't. Like, you remember that time he said he had a picture of a 16-year-old dead girl, but doesn't actually have a license to do any of that private investigating?
The family wanted to know, confirm that it was, the pilot was in there. So, I will show some, but
he says it really quickly. He says, I will show some. And then right after that, he goes and tries to discredit AWP with like an airdrop, like they airdropped something they weren't supposed to see. No, SF, you weren't supposed to see. Because nowhere except for your little tweet does it say you're a private investigator. So according to you, you have pictures of 16-year-old dead girl. Hey SF, when you spread false things about me, you should watch the company that you hang out with. How come your post on Twitter right here has half-naked dudes on it? When you're trying to out me, you're trying to dox me, but you got half-naked dudes up on it. What's going on? What is this? Use sensitive content? What is going on here? Oh, wait. Now we know why. Now we know why you got half-naked men up here. Now we're getting it. Now we're understanding things. Now we're getting to the bottom of this, SF. Now we get it. Now we get it. Yeah. Yeah. SF. See you in court, my friend.
They looked me up the other day. Yeah. Let me tell you what they did. They spotted my house from Google Earth. I even paid them to make it blurred. They know my front yard is full of dirt. They measured my road on Google Earth. They spotted my house from Google Earth. I even paid them to make it blurred. But they know my front yard is full of dirt. Cause they measured my road on Google Earth. They found coming out's a lot of work. Just to check my mail, me, I'm hiking straight through some dirt. I've been off the grid for a whole bunch of years. So my Second Amendment means I ain't shedding tears when you step out here. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Come dox me. It's a lot of work. They spotted my house from Google Earth. I even paid them to make it blur. But they know my front yard is full of dirt. But they won't come out here. Cause it's a lot of work.